Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Begakar Ahmed, and welcome to today's video. Today, I want to be going ahead and talking about AI. And the subject isn't really about AI today. The subject is really about conspiracy. It's about creating fear and instilling fear into a people and controversy, which governments and leaders and people have been using quite some time for a very long time. People like terrorists, people like the mob and the mafias, people like our own government use fear and use violence and use murder and use things of this nature, sickness, to control populations. Similar to what we saw in 2020 with you know what I mean? And similar to what we've seen during 9/11, where they've completely turned the whole entire United States against Muslims, against the Middle East, against Arabs. They've built this image of they're terrorists, they live in sand, and they're stupid, and they just blow stuff up, and they killed themselves, and this idea that Islam is all about blowing yourself up so you can go to heaven and have women. And these ideas have spread through propaganda from news, from governments, from media outlets to install fear within people so they can go to Iraq and kill 1 million people, so they can overthrow Saddam, so they can go into Afghanistan, so they can go into Syria, so they can go into, Egypt and Libya and completely destroy everything, the whole infrastructure of Northern Africa and the Middle East. And just like the United States, the Roman Empire has always done over the last 2,000 years, they continue to colonize and colonize and kill and colonize and colonize and kill. There's no difference with the Native Americans that lived in North America and the Native Americans that lived in South America. And there's no difference between the black people that went to Africa and colonized and put on slave ships and brought over. And now they're just doing it to the Middle East. It's just somewhere they haven't been able to get into because the Ottoman Empire, after the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, came, there was a very big rise in power that came from that region of the world, and it was a threat to the Roman Empire, and the Roman Empire actually fell during this time. They've rebranded as the United States of America nowadays, but it is interesting to see, to say the least. So what I want to go ahead is just check out how advanced AI has really gotten here with some of these videos. There is a channel on YouTube. It is called the Door Brothers, and this is called Mistletoe Mob, and this is, I think it has just like some of the presidents in here, and he basically takes the presidents' faces, he turns them into AI, and then he overlays music. I'm not going to play the music, but we'll get the idea of what's going on here. Now, the point of me making this video, to begin with, is to explain to you guys, like I said, about the controversy and fear. Before, they used to have to blow a building up, or they used to have to do something very violent or physical or cause a terrorist attack to instill fear into people. Or they have to release a problem and then give you the cure. You get what I'm saying? But now they can instill fear into people, and they can make people believe things are happening around them that aren't actually happening, utilizing AI. And these are just consumer AI tools. Like what we're going to watch right here is a consumer AI tool. This is something that me and you can pay $12 a month and create ourselves. Okay? So this is not something that is like, oh, this is only a governmental tool. The government has 100 times better than this in your sky or in their offices. Like, you got to be very, very careful with the things that they show us nowadays. I do not know if I believe almost anything anymore. Watching movies like Spider-Man, seeing how the villain in the newer Spider-Man movie was using holograms and AI and things of this nature to trick Spider-Man, a superhero who has super senses, who is still not able to perceive where the gentleman was or what was happening around him. I find this very, very, very telling that Hollywood would be telling us these things, because they're showing us where we're moving. And everybody, please, 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 I make these videos so that you remain close to your creator, so that you call upon your creator, especially in times like this. We live in a very physical world, a very fleshly world, a world that is steered and turned by our temptations. And all they're doing is creating more and more and more temptations, more and more fear. They're controlling us using our emotions. I want everyone to understand that we're going into this dark time. And there's some of you, I really, really know there's some of you that can see it. You can see it for what it is. And these things are just things that we can do to prepare ourselves, to condition ourselves for what's to come to us, is understanding that things like this can bamboozle us. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just check out this music video, see what's up about it. I'm going to mute the music so that I don't get copyright strike, but let's go. So in essence of like the actual filming here, right? Like we know it's fake based on the way some of the movements are, based on some of the facial mannerisms, based on fingers, based on shadows, based on things like this that are not all the way put together. But as you can see, this is Putin. He's all dressed up as Santa Claus. He's on the moose. He's riding with a gun. And we had Trump in the beginning. Like that, it looks a little fake. That looks a little fake, right? You can tell, right? The hyper animated realism style, like Polar Express type looking. But guys, this is just like what's made with like consumer AI. And like he's just having fun too. Like all he's trying to do is create like a little music video that's themed around different presidents. And you know, it's rap music, so they're holding guns and stuff like that. But he's introduced it with the Christmas theme and snow and guns, and the AI is picking it all up. The AI is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Got Joe Biden, Elon Musk, Obama. Like, look at this. Is that Bernie Sanders? He brought Jake Paul into it. Mark Zuck. Like, see, these ending clips look a little fake. That looks real. That doesn't look as real. But man, like this is what consumer AI has come to. This is what people can create by just typing prompts into the computer, and like it just creates this. This is actually mind-boggling, ladies and gentlemen. This is stuff that took multi like hundreds of millions of dollars to produce in a Hollywood studio, and now people are prompting it with their keyboards at home. It's actually mind-boggling to me. It's actually mind-boggling to me. Like, I don't think the human being has slowed down. Like, guys, I want you to slow down for like 20 seconds. Just slow your brain down. And think back like 5-10 years ago. And think like, is this normal? Like, yeah, I understand technology is progressing so fast and everything's normal to me. But really, like, if I showed myself this 20 years ago, or I showed somebody this in the 90s, would their brain be able to comprehend it? Like, I think, like, the automobile or the airplane, these are things that someone can perceive in their head, right? Like, I see birds fly. Why can't we build some type of thing that can fly us as humans? That makes sense. But this, like, literally having something generating a false reality with prompts and keywords by the second in millions of different ways is incredible to me. And it's very scary. Guys, this is very scary. A lot of the things that we've already seen that you think is news, or you might, like, I don't know if it's real. I don't know. Like, the presidential debate could be fake. And I'm not joking. Like, I'm not joking at this point. I know people are like, they think it's cute and stuff because when you're looking at AI, you can see flaws within it if you examine it. Like checking his fingers or his head or the lighting or the shadows. You can figure out if it's real or fake. But like, just look at this image. How are you going to figure out this is fake or not? Like, just looking at this image, right? How do you know if it's fake or not? This is the issue. Is like, if this is consumer AI, what does the government have? Like, I'm pretty sure what the government has fixes the shadow problem or fixes the finger problem where it's giving them 6 fingers. Like, I don't think that the government has our consumer AI. I think they are way ahead of us. And this is something that that really frightens me, because some of the things that are happening today may not even be happening today, and we think they're happening. And they can distract us by making us believe certain things are happening. They can make it seem like things are being blown up, things are being destroyed in other countries when they're not. If communications are cut off, if the power goes out, whatever the case may be, they can really, really, really make it seem like things are happening all across the world that are not happening. Building false narratives right to your face. Be very, very careful, ladies and gentlemen. This is a little crazy in my opinion. I kind of want to just look at a different video this guy's made. He just makes videos of the presidents, huh? Let's see. I don't know. Like, this is crazy to me. Like, you can tell, bro, by the mannerisms, the way they're moving and stuff. Obviously, it's fake, right? These ones are not as smooth as the other one. He's learning. So he's learning how the AI is taking these prompts. And he's learning to adjust them so they become smoother. I'm assuming the AI he's using is also learning how he's typing in his prompts, and then adjusting them after, and learning how to make these clips more hyper realistic by the day, by the hour. The AI is learning, and then it gives that data to everyone else. So when someone else is typing in a prompt, it becomes more hyper realistic for them. It doesn't have to keep learning individual to individual. This is what's scary about AI. It's all interconnected. It's an interconnected intelligence between all of humanity, and it takes all of our information and it filters through it within seconds, milliseconds, and it puts out a response. And it's actually crazy to me. It's literally absolutely insane to me. Like 12 million views on this, because he typed in some prompts and put them together in an editing program. Like, and this is some Hollywood studio level filming. It's actually crazy to me. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it off there. I think you guys get the point. I just wanted to go ahead and make the claim that we live in a day and age where we don't know what to believe anymore. I don't even know what to believe just based off consumer edits, consumer AI, consumer content creation. It really confuses me already. It throws me off, and I'm a very aware person. I question everything, and it still confuses me. So living in a world where they use fear to control us, living in a world where they plan controversy and they do things to control us or make us think a specific way, I find it very scary that this is what consumer AI looks like, and the government and the powers above us have way stronger technology. And it just makes me wonder, like, what kind of things have we already seen? What kind of things have we already been revealed to that were completely fake, that were not real, that they made us believe happened, or made us believe were there and wasn't? And this is the things that kind of scare me. These are the things that I'm worried about, and this is what I wanted to talk about today. Everyone that made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for coming in today. Go ahead and leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you have not. And just protect your soul. Pray to your creator. Tell God to protect you. Tell God to guide you no matter what happens. There's no source of information that's greater than God. Nothing can deceive God. God plans better than any other person would ever be able to plan anything or go against anything. God is 200 million steps ahead of you. He's infinite steps ahead of you. So if you make sure you establish a connection with your creator, a relationship with your creator, you pray to your creator, you ask him, and you respect his authority, he'll guide you through whatever happens. Doesn't matter how lost you may seem or how much information you don't have, God will provide it. I promise you. Thank you guys so much for coming today. God bless every single one of you. And until next time, free Palestine, free the entire world from this deception. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.